Real quick before the video starts, I have a new channel based around green tech stories on 4chan, and I'll be uploading videos daily over there. If you're interested, I'll leave a link to the channel in the description. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael, and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a throwaway account in the relationship advice subreddit. The post is titled, "My wife has given up on our child. I'm not sure how to reconcile. My family is broken and I am trying to reassemble the pieces. I need advice." For context, my wife and I are childhood sweethearts and have been married for around 5 years. I know we became parents and got married pretty young, but we have made it work. My wife is a small business owner. She turned a passion into a career. I am really happy for her. When she started, I promised her that since my work hours were flexible, I would hold things down at home so she could focus on building her business. We were a team until we were not. My wife is an extreme workaholic and it has come between our family. We are not in a good place. Our daughter's caregiving is solely on me. The time my wife and daughter spend together is mostly short replies or silence. Our daughter is not disrespectful. She is a good kid. She is just not as comfortable with her mom. My wife and I have had many talks about the state of our family. With the business well off the ground and her not needing to personally oversee everything as often, we are working on reconnecting. It has been an uphill battle. Recently, we had a bad fight. She told me she has given up on trying with our daughter. She said she is not good at it and she is just going to stay in her lane. I told her she could not decide to clock out on our daughter during rocky times. She said she is emotionally exhausted from repeatedly striking out. She feels she cannot do anything right in our daughter's eyes. She said I have it easy, that our daughter prefers me, and she even made sure her whole class knew it. The class comment was about a school assignment. Our daughter had to interview someone she admired and she asked me. My wife was hurt. She still feels strongly about it. She accused me of not understanding. She comes home to a child she carried not respecting her, that our daughter is an expert critic when it comes to her. She went into a huge rant. The way she talked about her rubbed me the wrong way. I told her most of her complaints were not our daughter's doing. She asked me what that meant, and I explained that she has not gone out of her way to connect with our daughter. She shut me down. She went into how she works very hard for our family, and the least I could do is show up for her. All I do is show up for her, including holding down responsibilities that we are supposed to share. We are not childless. It is no longer those me and her against the world days. I need to show up for our daughter too. She just kept saying she has a lot on her plate and how I'm supposed to be her piece. I said the only piece that ever seemed to matter these days was hers. She said our daughter and I are two of a kind and began sarcastically apologizing for her sacrifices, and if the business is what is driving us apart, then she will give it up. She would make do. I asked if we could skip the martyr routine and actually talk. The fight only escalated. I called the fight a complete waste of time, but she interpreted that as me calling her a waste of time. It was the worst fight we had in a while. Our daughter was at her grandparents', so she did not hear anything. We are at an impasse. Things are still tense. I do not know how to clear the air or how to reach her about our daughter. She cannot dismiss her like some disgruntled customer at work. In many ways, I feel like a single parent. I do not believe she is being honest with herself about our issues. She is a distant figure who has a habit of talking at our daughter instead of to her. There are a lot of broken promises, nothing ever mended. She does not try engaging. Our daughter loves anime, but my wife does not hold back on overly criticizing it in front of her. Our daughter got into K-pop, but to my wife, it is just bothersome noise around the house or in the car. Our daughter has stage fright, yet she joined a school play because she knows her mom loves theater. My wife promised she would come. She did not. The worst part was seeing our daughter realize she was not there. My wife never apologized. She gave her "work was busy, I promise next time" speech. She offered to bring our daughter with her on Take Your Child to Work Day. I thought it would be good for them and a chance for our daughter to see more of what her mom does, but our daughter called me upset and wanted me to pick her up. She said her mom had immediately left her with a subordinate and went missing. When my wife checked in on her, they fought. She told our daughter that a bratty attitude would not be tolerated in her workplace. She and I had it out later. She apologized to our daughter and blamed blowing up on work frustration. She offered to bring her back another day, but our daughter refused. My wife has always felt she is bad at articulating her feelings. She feels she comes off aggressive. That is partly why she leaves our daughter's caretaking to me, but this fight has me questioning the nature of our relationship. I do not doubt she loves our daughter. I saw it firsthand during the pregnancy, and in our private conversations, she could not stop gushing about her. I felt her love in the little things. I do not know, something changed over time. My wife is not close with her parents. She usually has me talk with them on her behalf. She has a mindset that parents and kids do not have to be close. She believes that since she turned out fine, so will our daughter. I am failing to help their relationship and our own. We barely have quality time. Intimacy is shot. When we are out together, we are not really together because in public, she is hyper aware and has her business persona on. I do not know what else to do. I am at a loss. I am not trying to bash my wife. I just want everyone to be okay. I am in a fight for my family right now. How do I mend my wife's and daughter's relationship while also repairing my marriage? Update. Thank you to everyone who reached out. It helped a great deal. My old original post was pretty much the first time I talked about any of this. I wanted to give an update. My 29-year-old wife and I had a serious discussion about everything. It took us a while to get there because things were still tense after our last fight and the smaller arguments in between. Our daughter noticed the rift between her mom and me. She asked me about it. I am not proud of that. I never wanted her involved in our fights. It was a larger wake-up call. I should not have let it drag out. My wife asked if we could talk, and we both apologized for the fight. She was worried that I was calling it quits after how bad our last fight was. She took us not recovering as quickly as usual and my distance as me being done. She wanted to make a gesture for our marriage. I told her that her harsh actions toward our daughter had made me question our relationship. She said she felt bad for intensely ranting about our daughter. She was overwhelmed and used the situation as a punching bag. She loves our daughter but is at a loss as a parent. I told her we would all keep being at a loss in our current state. We are disconnected as a couple and as a family. I feel like a single parent and alone in our marriage. Our current way is not working. Her lack of presence is the common root cause. I told her I did not feel like our daughter or I actually mattered and that it felt more like we were simply being put up with by her. That statement really bothered her. She denied it and promised our family does matter to her. She said she knows things are not good right now, but she wants our family. She said she gets frustrated and says things she does not mean, but that it does not equate to how she actually feels. I told her it is not just her words, but her actions, her harshness, and how she chooses everything over our family every single time while expecting us to just smile through it. We are not props, and I cannot enforce a relationship between her and our daughter. She said she has trouble with contentment and it is an endless chase. She has a need to keep pursuing an inner feeling she has always felt was missing. We have talked about this feeling before. It is about a high and feeling whole. She said she thought our relationship was the answer, then thought our daughter was the answer, and then thought her business would completely fill that void. She said she does not know how to be with our daughter now that she is older. When our daughter was a baby, everything was easier. She would get excited when her mom came home from work, and no matter what my wife did or did not do, she had her daughter's love. But now, she barely seems to want to be in the same room with her and clings to me instead. I asked if she has considered that maybe our daughter is hurting from her criticism and broken promises. My wife feels she is doing better than her parents ever did. She said all our daughter knows of her grandparents is the loving version over video calls. She does not know what they were truly like. Her childhood was all about staying in a child's place, doing what was expected, representing the family, and never showing attitudes. Any problem could be solved with a belt. My wife said she does not believe in using a belt as discipline, but she does not know how to connect with our daughter and fears she comes across as aggressive, so she leaves parenting to me. She does not feel she is good as a mother to an older child or at expressing personal feelings. She said I knew what her parents were like, and I do. My in-laws ran an unforgiving household. My wife was basically a latchkey kid. My father-in-law was always working, and my mother-in-law was busy with community engagements. Expressing feelings was seen as complaining and high expectations were placed on her. I was 17 and my wife was 19 when we had our daughter. Of course, the circumstances were not ideal, but my in-laws made sure we felt their disapproval. There was no support. They told my wife that if she was grown enough to have a child, she was grown enough to take care of it on her own. Although my in-laws have mellowed out now, my wife no longer has contact with them. She used her business to pay off their house, and that was the end of it. I remained the buffer between them. I have always been my wife's protector. That was our dynamic, especially during the pregnancy, whether it was commentary from others, people making jokes, or men talking inappropriately about her. Looking back, I think that is part of why I excused her actions toward our daughter. I told my wife that I love her, but our daughter cannot be the price we pay for our relationship. We are at a crossroads. Something needs to change. Counseling is not optional anymore. It is happening for our daughter and me. I told her I want us to come through this as a family. If she refuses counseling, I will respect her choice, but her refusal would give me my answer on what I need to do for our daughter's best interest. We would have to separate for the time being. My wife said that if it is between counseling or losing our family, she chooses counseling. She wants to keep working on our marriage and reconnecting as a family. I asked if this was truly what she wanted. If we do this, it cannot just be her showing up in words only while looking for reasons to skip. She said what we have built means something to her, and that losing it has become more real to her now. I talked with our daughter about her feelings on counseling because I did not want to just randomly spring it on her. She was open to the idea, probably because she is close with my parents and knows they attend counseling. My wife and I are officially in counseling now. We are trying a conjoint therapy approach at the moment. It is new for us. Previously, my wife was never big on counseling, but she has been showing up and has not flaked. There has been some improvement with my wife and daughter. My wife has eased up on the criticism and started asking our daughter questions. Recently, we went to an amusement park together and they had fun on some rides. My wife even paired with our daughter for some games. It was the first time in a long while I saw them share a laugh. Nothing is perfect. We are in the early stages. I know my wife and daughter's relationship will be a long road. I know I cannot determine how it pans out, but I am here to support our daughter in whatever she needs. I do not know what the future holds, but I want to be hopeful for my family. Maybe it is not too late. I want the best for everyone. Our daughter will be starting middle school soon, and I told my wife she will need both of us. I am hoping this road is not the end of my family. I want us to make it through together. When I chose life with her, it was not just because we were having a baby. It was because I love her and want to be with her. I want to make this work. Thank you to everyone again. I appreciate the support. It means a great deal. Divine Mango said, yeesh. At least the first step to fixing a problem is admitting there is a problem. Fluffy Little Bee said, it is very, very easy to see the wound that is being poked at here. The wife's bad relationship with her family and her subsequent desire and failure to have a better one herself is her deepest point of shame. When her daughter stopped being easy, she ran, but she has cocooned herself in the delusion of being a good mother due to her hard work and her past good relationship with a young daughter. Source, I have a stubborn, work-addicted, neglectful mother. Smart Quokka said, this is generational trauma rearing its ugly head. Ironically, she is doing better than her parents, but it is nowhere near good enough. OP can only do so much. This is truly up to her. There is no quick fix, and she has to slay her own demons. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and thank you also to partner of the channel, Gamersupps. Use code DLAM to support the channel and get 10% off of your purchase, link in the description. I'm sure many of you like me have a hankering for daily caffeine, so go check them out. Lately, I've been a big fan of Titty Milk and Acid Rain, but they've got dozens of other flavors for y'all to try out. Anyway, thanks again for reaching the end, and I hope you all have an amazing passage of the next 24 hours.